A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel. And this is the question that actually came from Patreon. Yes. So you guys can also get answers to specific questions if you are a part of my Patreon. So here's the question. What is the truth about the evil alien race that was permitted to invade planet Earth? What was Spirit's purpose in allowing these energies to challenge and destroy the peaceful, indigenous inhabitants of Mother Earth? And she's written, if you're uncomfortable answering this question, I understand. I'm actually more than happy to answer this question. This is my area of expertise. I believe that the desires of the flesh, although deemed sinful by many, are holy. I believe they lead us closer to spirit when we engage in them wholeheartedly and with intention. I also understand now that it is necessary to release these desires in order for divine intervention to take place. Then we will see those needs gifted back to us from spirit. The question though is, how do we release these needs without going crazy? Or how do we discover ecstasy within ourselves and accept it as all we need? Why is the idea that twin flames are given the grand mission of setting all things right on earth? Did we agree to help these aliens on earth to find their inner divinity? So first of all, I want to say that this is not one question. There are many questions in this. And I'm gonna, in this video, answer the first part. Now, somebody has also written another comment under this question, which says, I read this question and it fascinated me. It's by Rachel. I find it helpful to not only hear a question, but to understand the questioner's point of view. In this documentary called Samadhi, there are three parts. I'm referring to in the intro to the second, where they illustrate an ancient parable. The elephant parable is used to describe how various traditions all point to one great truth. In the parable, a group of blind people are touching different parts of an elephant, all getting a different impression of it, which is to say that all our experiences are valid and true. But to go beyond that through ascension, such questions will mystify. And then another person, which is Marie. She's been in therapy with me. She has written, I have a question. Should TF believe or walk in free will? Is free will even a twin flame concept? Wouldn't divine will trump over free will? And then this is followed by one more question by Maya again. I have another question and I hope you aren't bothered by answering them. Why did spirit make everything, even itself, masculine, feminine energy, in pairs if we as twin flames are expected to settle for loving ourselves and only ourselves? It is nearly impossible to be in a romantic relationship with your own self, in my opinion. It is possible. Was Earth actually lower dimensional for having everything in pairs, and we are to set Earth on track by being completely alone with ourselves and cutting out romance? How will reproduction commence if that is the case? So I will come to the first question, and if you are liking what you're listening, what you're hearing, then stay connected and watch out for this space. And I'll also put this out on my blog, which is the Sunamoon blogs. The first question is, what is the truth about the evil alien race that was permitted to invade planet Earth? What was the spirit's purpose in allowing these energies to challenge and destroy the peaceful, indigenous inhabitants of Mother Earth? Initially, what happens with twin flames, most twin flame, is that they first are stuck in the romantic stuff and they want to manifest it by hook or by crook or by just anything. In India, we say, in Hindi language, we say Sam, Dam, Dand, Bhed. So by using all these tactics, you want to manifest those things. But people realize in no time, after watching all the content on law of attraction, on how to do this and how to do that, how to get this person to love you, get that person to like you, obsessing about you, blah, blah, blah. Most intelligent people, they realize that this is literally a waste of time and it would be better if I focus on inner work. So after wasting a good amount of time, they then start focusing within and they start figuring out that actually the problem is inside, somewhere inside, and it needs to be healed, and it's not outside. What they're seeing outside is simply a hologram of what's happening within, right? So there are different races. Coming to the question, there are different races, and we can say that yes, there is a demonic world where demonic agents live, and they live on completely different principles of energy consumption. The way they get energy is by taking it from other people. Most of the times they prefer it if the other people are innocent. They don't know that they are being, in a process, in a manipulative process where the energy has been taken away. They like to be secretive about it. Literally, you can say playing a game. And this is the reason why a lot of people on twin flame ascension journey, at first, they always attract the false twins and the karmics who trap them in their sugar coated words, in their lovey dovey words, in the love bombing. They want something from these people. They want the karmics and the false twin. They are very attracted to those people. Like, the moth is attracted to the light. But when the moth goes to the light, it's the moth who gets finished, right? Not the light. So I want to make it more interesting and more scientific at the same time. Basically, Earth is a school of ascension. We look at Earth, yes, it's our mother, it's a planet, and it's a feminine planet. However, if you study astronomy, if you don't look at astrology just as a tool to do predictions, then you will understand that astrology is so deep and it is so informative that it can answer so many questions. So, one of the downloads that I received from my masters was when I asked this question, especially because there was this whole talk of multiverse and this verse and that verse, and I was not really into it. And I was thinking that people haven't understood the concept of universe. People have not understood universe and they want to understand multiverse. Like, wow. Like, first get your feet on the ground and then think about anything else. And the download that I received was literally on the same lines. Planet Earth was designed in such a way that it had to be like a permanent school for ascension forever, for eternity. So these energies, the opposing energies, the good and bad energies, the evil and the benevolent forces, they basically create a sort of setup, a really cool setup wherein people understand that they have to actually move from duality to singularity. That's how people heal. That's how you ascend. Because when you move from duality to singularity, you don't see anything as evil or anything as good. You realize that these opposing forces are just opposite of each other. Like when I was a young kid, I used to think that nighttime is not a good time, like in the night it's dark, it's scary, because that was what people were teaching us. Children usually get scared by these type of stories when they're young. The simplest way to understand this concept is just by thinking that people who actually hurt you have helped you more in your ascension. The people who love you, they've supported you. For sure, they give you confidence, they give you positivity, so they're equally important. I'm not saying that they're any less important. But even those who have hurt you, they've only contributed in your growth, no matter how evil they were. And you've actually surpassed them, or you've become stronger than them by actually letting them go and by forgiving them and not focusing any more on them. One has to literally practically experience how the principle of focused attention works. Like whatever you focus on grows. So instead of focusing on things that create trouble and create pain and havoc and suffering, remove your focus from those things and you put it on something which makes Earth a better place or which makes your life a better place. And how are you connected to Earth? So basically, going back to astrology and astronomy, there are 9 planets and there are certain star systems which we call nakshatras, and there is planet Earth and there's Sun, Moon, Rahu, Ketu. All of these things are happening. But whenever a person is born, in their horoscope, if you look at anybody's Vedic horoscope, I'm talking about Vedic astrology over here, not the Linda Goodman sun sign, because sun signs are not complete information. They're just talking about sun signs. But Vedic astrology talks about all the planets. What is the position of Moon, Sun, Jupiter, Mercury, Venus, Rahu, Ketu, everything. So as per this wonderful download, I was told that everybody is a universe in their own self. And that's the reason why in Vedic astrology, when a child is born, we don't really talk about Earth, where Earth is positioned. We never speak about where Earth is positioned. We only speak about where other planets are positioned, in a way as if you are in the center and everything is revolving around you. Which means that we first need to understand universe better than anything else, because we ourselves are a universe within ourselves. This becomes more and more clear once you go deeper into yourself. You do deep inner work where you meditate, and these are the only things that can actually make you reach somewhere. And people who have claimed to find solace in this journey, and they've claimed to be very peaceful in comparison now, like they're very peaceful in comparison to what they were in the past, they have said that yes, indeed, it is inner work that has taken them to this peaceful place, and now they can live their lives like they enjoy their lives on a daily basis. That's because they've realized that they are the universe that they see outside. And the deeper you go, the subtler you become, your reality becomes. The subtler your reality becomes means you have also now become a person who's not that dense and heavy. Instead, you're lighter being, you're more relaxed, you don't carry any baggage, so you can see things clearly. And every planet has an impact on you. Every planet has an impact on Earth. Okay, so you're literally in the center of everything, and all the planets and the sun and moon has an impact on you. So the balance of sun and moon creates life on planet Earth. If the masculine and feminine, sun is masculine and moon is feminine, if the ida and pingala nadi even inside your body is not working, there is no way that you can get energy. So people who have very less energy, or people who are depressed or anxious, or they have some disorders, they are the people whose nadis are not giving them enough energy, or one of their nadis is either having too much energy and the other is having less energy. So when you are sent to planet Earth, anyone can come to planet Earth for the purpose of ascension. So when anybody comes to planet Earth to become a better person, they are actually here on a test also. They lose their memory till they're babies, or till they are at a certain age, like maybe 1, 2, or 3, they'll remember something. Till the time they're toddlers, especially till the time they cannot speak, they'll remember most of the things. And once they start speaking and interacting with the world outside, which they obviously pick up via programming, mind programming, they start forgetting everything, where they've come from, who they are, which galaxy they've come from, or what planet they've come from, which dimension they belong to, and what is the reason they're on planet Earth. Different people are on planet Earth for different reasons, but two major reasons pop out the most. One is they're here to clear the karma. Whatever baggage they have, they carry it with them, they need to clear it, they need to nullify it, so they come here for that purpose. The second purpose is obviously for spiritual ascension. Technically, every single soul that's incubated to planet Earth on a conscious mission of enhancing their current state, wherever they are right now, if they are in the fourth dimensional reality and they need to go to 5, from 5 they need to go to 6, or they need to go to 7, or even higher, they need to start from scratch. Even if Vishnu comes down to planet Earth as Ram, he did not remember totally that he's Vishnu. Maybe in some areas or some situations, he would remember that yes, I can do it, I can do anything, I can fight against Ravan, I can kill this demon. But there were certain kalas that were taken away from him. He had only 12 kalas when he came to planet Earth, whereas Sri Krishna was born with 16 kalas, and that's why he remembered a lot of things. He had a lot of powers, and he was born at the end of descending Dwapar. That is the time when Kali Yuga is supposed to start, where the dark ages or the materialistic ages are in full bloom. And the materialistic ages, some people call it dark ages, some people call it Kali Yuga. But I think again, one more download was given to me. I was questioning my masters, like, what is Kali Yuga? What does it really mean? And this answer was streamed, that Kal in Hindi. So that's why I love Hindi language and Sanskrit language, because it is the language of divine people. It is the language of gods and goddesses. Whereas English is created from a book of spells called Grimwell. And that's why even the spellings has the word spell in it. Sanskrit and Hindi language is very much based on the concept of Tathagat, which means you do what you say or what you think. Like there is no difference in your doing, saying, or even thinking. Whereas in English language, it is based on the concept of illusion, Maya, where you write something, it is pronounced as something else, it means something else, there is no sync. All right. So Lord Sri Krishna's job was really difficult. I'm not going to compare their lives, but he had to kill his own uncle who was a demon or who had become a demon. He had gotten those energies because his ego had become very big. And once your ego is big, there are high chances that you will get possessed by some kind of an entity which will not be good for other people. It will only be good for that identity, because the identity wants to just rise and have all the things, all the fancy stuff, But soul doesn't care about those things. Soul only cares about the things that they can carry with them, and that's only love, and that's only learning, that's only ascension that they can carry with them. So for Sri Krishna, he was born in Kali Yuga. And coming back to Kali Yuga also, Kali Yuga basically is from the word Kal, and Kal means tomorrow and yesterday. So in English language, we have tomorrow and we have yesterday, but in Hindi language, we have only one word for both these things, Kal. The day that's gonna come is also tomorrow, is also Kal, and the day that's gone is also Kal. Whether you're thinking about the future, whether you think about the past, it's the same thing. It's not the present moment. Okay, so taking birth in Kali Yuga, or literally introducing Kali Yuga, was Krishna's job at that time. So he was faced with huge challenges, and the uncle, his own maternal uncle Kans, he was the one who had killed his siblings while they were little newborn babies. He just took them and he just smashed them on the wall. That's what he did. And he had caged and imprisoned his parents, his mother and father. With the help of divine intervention and the support of gods and goddesses, so Kans basically killed all his siblings, and only Balram and Krishna were saved. They could be saved. And by using a very advanced methodology or technology of surrogacy, the womb was literally transferred from one person to another, from basically their birth mother to another person. And that's how Balram was saved first. And then Shri Krishna was literally carried by his father in the middle of the night, and we celebrate Janmashtami because of that. In the middle of the night, he was taken to Nand and Yashoda's house. So he remembered most of the things. He remembered his divine essence, because Kans wanted to kill him while he was still a baby. So he had to protect himself. And Kans himself was a demonic being, and that's why it was not difficult for him to kill babies. It always starts with little bit and then it starts becoming bigger and bigger, and that's exactly what happened with Kans' ego and identity. That first he was doing little bit of horrible things, bad things, but then he started becoming more and more selfish, more and more egotistical. He just wanted more energy, more power. And usually demonic agents, they don't like to work. They don't like to do inner work. They want it easily. So that's why they fall into other category where, they'll kill innocent beings, they'll steal their energy. These are the things most demons do. And Kans had become a full-blown demon, okay? And that's why it was so easy for him to kill those babies. He was the uncle of those babies. For God's sake, he didn't even think once that he was killing children of his own sister, biological sister. So just the way Lord Sri Ram had to end the rule, the dynasty of Ravan, similarly, Sri Krishna had to kill Kans, this evil demon who had killed all of his siblings and imprisoned his parents, taken away the crown from his grandfather. He had to do a lot for a lot of people at that point in time. And then he had to preserve the truth and morality before he allows earth to go into the materialistic ages. Because whether we call it Kali Yuga or dark ages, actually it is materialistic age, because this is the time when most people are either living in tomorrow, and that's why they're constantly saving for tomorrow. And I'm not saying saving is bad, but this is a long discussion. It will require me to explain you a bit more technicalities. You can earn money and you can spend money and you can live a good life, you can live a healthy life without worrying about tomorrow also. There are various ways of doing it. And earth is a place where you have to find a balance in everything. And this balance you cannot achieve just by reading books. This balance you have to achieve by mental practice, by controlling your mind, by not letting it control you, by becoming manasvi. Manasvi is a person who can control all of their senses basically. So you're not literally doing whatever your senses are telling you. And then you also have mastery over your sixth sense or psychic abilities. Lots of things have been hidden by people, lots of gifts have been hidden by people, and people have been made to believe that, everything that looks scary or is dark has to be bad. That's not true. So, this planet is not just a planet, it's not what you just see or what you've read. This is a place where all dimensions merge. Like from here, you can go up, and from here, you can go down. It's completely up to you what you want to choose. And it's not that materialistic people are not successful. They are also successful because they have also figured some things out, that they are able to rule on so many people, get so much recognition, make so much money, like get anybody they want, blah blah blah. That's how they at least portray it, but it's an illusion. And to get these type of materialistic achievements, you need to create an illusion, you need to create maya. And that's why illusionists in Hindi are known as mayavis. Okay. And maya nagari is a concept which is what is Illuminati is based on. This was also created by Ravan's maternal uncle, Marich. Marich was the same person who had transformed himself into a golden deer, and because of that golden deer, Ravan could, actually send Ram away, and then he kidnapped Sita, and then the war eventually took place. So to answer this question as to why is source allowing, why the spirit allowing these energies, it creates a balance. Nobody is lazy, everybody is doing their job. The divine beings are watching out on these evil beings or demonic beings or whatever you want to call them. And the demonic beings, they're constantly challenging the law and order, like, hey, are you doing something? Similar happens in politics. You have one ruling party and then you have an opposition, and source wants to be fair to everyone. But knowing the nature, knowing how demonic agents are or how the asuras are, they are not given that much time. So materialistic age or the dark age is actually the shortest. As per the yuga cycle, it is the shortest, and golden age gets to be like for the longest period of time on this system of yuga cycles, basically the four cycles, the time cycle, purely because materialistic age causes much more havoc in a short span of time. But then material is also connected to body and all the things that people who are more into body love. So what God is trying to basically tell you is that you can ascend, everybody can ascend, but with the right balance of body, mind, and soul. You need to combine all these three things together. If you have a very lazy routine, your body is not in shape, you're not healthy, you don't eat well, you don't sleep on time, 100% you cannot have mental evolution. Because if you're not in the right space, if you're not in the right energy, because your energy body, your spiritual body, your etheric body, all these different bodies that we have, they're all connected to one another in many ways, they're interconnected. So what we eat goes into our gut, and gut is basically connected to our third eye, and that's why gut is also synonym for intuition. I have a gut feeling about this, don't we all say it? So what you put inside your intestine, in your stomach as food, you have to be very careful and watchful for that. Second thing is exercise. You need to stay fit, you need to stay healthy, you need to put your body into some kind of routine where you are not just sitting as a couch potato. By eating healthy food, by eating good food, fruits and vegetables and vegetarian food, we ensure that our intestine is in good space, because the intestine is connected to third eye, and third eye is the most important in terms of connecting all of the chakras. And when all the chakras merge, it's basically the heart chakra which is in the center. Once all the chakras merge, the root to the crown, the sacral to the third eye, the solar to the throat, then the heart space opens up like this, and it has to open up in the right way, in a way that it is being guided by a guru, guided by masters, guided by spirit guides, because they can see what we can't see with our eyes, and we actually believe in viewing the world from these two eyes. That's why we have two eyes, because we see the world in dualistic way. Once we ascend and once we get into singular energies, we start focusing from here. This is what is used. The third eye is a technique that is used by blind people also, and a lot of handicapped people who ascend, and they're able to perform great chores, and they're able to do anything. And they're able to perform chores with ease. They're able to do things that even normal people cannot do. They're able to have so many achievements of their own. That's because they unlock the power that is hidden within us, within our energy body. So, yes, peace is the most important thing, but there is a certain competition also in the divine beings and the asuras. And we need to go above that because we need to follow source. We need to be with source and we need to be integrated with source, because when we are integrated with source, we see everything as same. For us, everybody is same. We are like, yeah, you're also okay and you're also okay. You are in pain and you're happy. All right. You're enjoying your life, but you're suffering, but you're miserable. But hey, do you know that you can use this misery, you can transmutate from this misery, and then you can also be happy. You can also ascend. So while you're ascending, you're basically merging the opposite energies together and you're trying to bring them in balance. And earth is the best way and place to do that. So that's part one. Stay tuned for more. I'll see you soon in another one. One love and peace out and Jai Shri Ram.